Hi, Joanne. We're back.
Great.
And exercise hazards, inappropriate choices regarding activity, external resistance, body position, and posture. It just breaks me up when I'm in the gym and I see this really attractive guy who has the worst posture I've ever seen. And I want desperately to go over and give him a kick in the back and say, straighten up, Buster, but I don't. So
I'm glad you don't. It's not going to work out well for you.
I don't think so. I would have been a little more, I would have done it in the right way. But why do you see this? He's exercising to beat the band, and yet he's standing totally
Hunched
bent
over. Well, when it comes to exercise, it's about balancing the muscles that you're working with strength and with flexibility. I think sometimes when men are pumping a lot of heavy-duty weights, they spend a lot of time working on what we call the anterior muscles of the body, the chest, the biceps, some of the triceps, which is the posterior part, the abs, the quads. They don't necessarily balance it off adequately with working the posterior muscles, which is which pairs with the anterior muscles. So, for instance, if somebody overdevelops their pecs by pushing a lot of weights, their shoulders will start to curve forward because those muscles are so tight. Now, they're strong, but they're also really tight. So what it means is when we're exercising, we have to be balancing the muscles that we work with strength and with flexibility as well. So if you work the chest muscles, you must work the back muscles. And I think more women spend more time working on the anterior muscle groups, the front muscle groups, as opposed to working the back muscle groups.
So what would you say to a guy like that? Hey, you're doing great, but your posture is bad. Wouldn't you say that? He might get mad.
Here's my experience, and from other colleagues, when somebody goes up to somebody and says, "Hey,
I'm talking about you."
Oh, even me, I'm no different. I can
Even
go up
if you're
and
giving him a program, you're not going to tell him the truth?
If the person is coming to me and saying, "Yes, they've asked me for a program," then that's a whole different ballgame. But if I see somebody working out in the gym, I'm not going to walk up to them because people don't appreciate that. But yes, if somebody came up to them, we did our assessment on them to determine, where are they strong, where are they weak, and we notice these things. Oh, that's what they've paid us to do. Tell us the truth about what we're seeing in their bodies. And then from there, we now prescribe the appropriate exercises to balance that off. That's what we do. So we'll do it for people who are healthy and all they have is just an imbalance and also people who have health issues that need very specific programs.
I was going to ask you about people who are overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't gotten to that at that point, but
we'll have a talk about that.
You probably have a lot of programs designed for people that are overweight.
Mm-hmm. We have people who have extreme weight issues through to people who just have like 10 pounds that they want to lose, and then everything in between. And again, once we assess them, we're very upfront and honest with them in terms of what we think we can do for them, but what we're also expecting them to do. Because obesity is a major issue right now, and it's only going to get worse. We've got the young kids who are now, we have been told, will not be outliving their parents because of the obesity issues. This is the first generation that it's been suggested that they will not necessarily outlive their parents because of the obesity issue. So we do have an obesity program for youth as well as we have it for adults. It's very private because we know that people are very self-conscious about their size, and in actual fact, they won't walk into gyms. And that's why when we have our center on Avenue Road, it's a little more smaller, more private. But even at the Columbus Center, we can find a quiet, private area that we can work with that individual and teach them about nutrition, teach them about exercise, and how they can feel better after they've managed their weight.
It's true. You don't see very many people who are excessively overweight at the Columbus Center.
Exactly.
You'll see people with, as you said, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, but nothing that makes them stand out amongst anyone else. So that's a private issue. We'll get to that at another point. Okay, well, we've finished a second week together, and I've truly enjoyed and gotten some wonderful information.
Great.
I certainly hope that people out there will as well, and make that call to change their life for the better.
Great. Looking forward to hearing from them.
All right, so we'll talk to you next week.
Great.
Joanne James. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.